It's Sunday, January 26th. Right now on 12 News at 10.
We are heading into a weather impact alert as we start the new week. What you need to know as we prepare for rain in the valley forecast for tomorrow.
Maricopa County jails could see an influx of immigration arrests after deportations. Is our system prepared for that? We go behind the scenes with Maricopa County Sheriff Jerry Sheridan.
I'm Gabriella Vaquera in South Phoenix. A young father was killed in a triple stabbing. Tonight, his family tells us how he'll be remembered.
And did you know you can still rent movies from a store right here in the Valley? We're rediscovering one of the hidden gems of our state.
12 News at 10 starts now.
Thank you for being here for 12 News at 10. I'm Troy Hayden, and we begin tonight with a weather impact alert. We are getting ready for what could be the first measurable rain in the valley in almost 160 days, which is the all-time record for longest dry streak in Phoenix's history, at least since they've been keeping records. So think about that. So let's get right to meteorologist Chris Dunn. And Chris, you say we could see this early tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I would be surprised, Troy, at some point if we did not break that dry streak. We're looking right now for the rain to begin sometime during the morning hours. Could be the tail end of the commute, 7, 8, 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. The impact is, of course, areas of rain, something we have not seen anything of in months around here. Last August was the last time we had measurable rain officially at Sky Harbor Airport. So that means you need to be careful driving. The roads will be slick once that rain starts. It's not going to amount to a ton of rain, so we're not talking about flooding rain, but we're talking about rain nonetheless. And so we have tomorrow in Phoenix, especially for the morning hours when that rain kicks in through noontime, 2 o'clock, and then a chance for a shower or two through about 5 and 6 p.m. tomorrow evening. Here comes the rain on the map. Flagstaff up here with the snow. Prescott will be in the snow. Phoenix area with the rain starts up tomorrow morning about 1/100th of an inch on the low end to 1/4 of an inch on the high end. And the snow level starts out around 5,000 feet. They've been getting snow and rain in Southern California as that storm spins around. Most of it is holding steady just west of the Colorado River, but it will be making a move getting into the valley again by tomorrow morning. And you can see the rain accumulation, the forecast for green across the valley areas. We'll take a look at the snow forecast and how long this is going to last around here coming up a little bit later on. Troy?
All right, we'll see you in a few minutes, Chris. Thank you. We are seeing big changes in immigration policy across our country as the Trump administration appears to begin those promised deportations. Now, we have several stories on this making news tonight. Let's start with President Trump threatening an emergency tariff of 25% on Colombia after the president of that country refused to allow 2 repatriation flights of undocumented immigrants back there to his country. But late tonight, the Colombian leaders reversed course. The White House says Colombia now agrees to, quote, unrestricted acceptance of immigrants who entered the U.S. illegally from that country. And in turn, the president will not put that 25% tariff on Colombian goods coming into the U.S. The Trump administration, though, launched an immigration roundup in Chicago today. The operation included several federal agencies. An unknown number of people were picked up by ICE and other agencies. And in a statement, ICE confirmed what it calls, quote, enhanced targeted operations. They say the goal of the operations to enforce immigration law and preserve public safety. People gathering here in the Valley tonight to protest these immigration roundups. 12 News journalist Gabriella Vaquera, 75th Avenue and Encanto. There was a protest going on there for hours. I understand it is breaking up a bit, Gabby. But what happened out there?
Well, Troy, there's a few dozen people left here rallying against deportation tonight. Take a look behind me. You can still see some people standing at the corner of 75th Avenue and Encanto. We've seen people waving the Mexican flag and holding up signs, shouting chants against deportation, mass deportation, and ICE raids across the street. We've also seen some signs, one of them saying being brown is not illegal. But again, like you mentioned, this rally has really died down. Just a few minutes ago, this entire intersection was closed off by police. You couldn't drive up or down 75th Avenue, but in the last 5 minutes, they all left. When they were here, we did see some police in riot gear. Just as a precaution, we are told by Phoenix police that there was some street racing in the area earlier. One person here out at the rally tells us that some cars were doing donuts in the middle of the street. Some people were setting off fireworks. But over to our left in the Target parking lot, you can still see those police officers are standing by just in case things get rowdy or out of control. But for right now, the people out here are telling me that the message is simply to support Hispanic culture. They don't want to see any major ICE raids in Phoenix. They don't want to see mass deportation. And so we're going to continue to talk to some of these people out here and bring you any updates as we have them. But for now, live in Phoenix, Gabriela Becerra at 12 News.
And Gabby, as far as you know, nobody injured, no arrests, fairly peaceful out there.
Since we've been out here, things have been fairly peaceful, just a lot of honking, a lot of chanting. But as far as we know, there have been no arrests, no injuries of any sort.
All right, Gabriela Becerra live for us. Thank you, Gabby. Many people feel a major ICE operation here in the Valley could only be a matter of time. Maricopa County Sheriff Jerry Sheridan, he says he's preparing in case he's asked to be part of that effort, using his jails to temporarily house those arrested. 12 News went on an exclusive tour to learn more about what may take place there.
Go on, let's see the process.
Okay.
Okay.
So we have screeners, we have officers trained on how to use these machines, just like in the airport. These two positions here are ICE, the federal agents that interview everyone that comes in, regardless of race, regardless of where they say they were born. Everybody gets interviewed by ICE, and then ICE does what they do.
Do you expect this part of your jail to grow now with this new administration? You think 2 ICE agents is going to be enough?
Well, I guess we would have to ask them, but we don't know yet.
And this is interesting to me because this intake area, now if you're accused of a more serious crime, like say murder or something, do you still sit like this, or is it a different level of security?
They could. The only thing we do is we have isolation cells for somebody that's combative. So
I mean, this is more like a DMV almost than a jail.
almost, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
No, not to the DMV or the jail.
You try and treat people civilly and humanely, and most of them respond to that. You know, fentanyl and methamphetamine, it's very easy to conceal on your body. It might slip through the process, so you know they're doing this again.
Sit here. Oh yeah, there's a whole courtroom in here.
Yep.
Yeah. And that has to help you with transportation, I would imagine, too.
Oh yeah, yeah. This whole system was designed to try and minimize transportation.
And then it would be up to ICE then to take them and to wherever they're going to take them from here.
Correct. Right. We would just basically be a way station for ICE.
And have you been told that that's what your role is going to be?
No, I'm just guessing because we haven't heard from ICE, and I haven't reached out either. So I figured when the ICE gets ready, and they'll call us.
So this is an ICE agent here. This is somebody being detained, and this is very similar to the process that we're going to see possibly coming up here in the weeks and months ahead. This man is being walked out to a special ICE van. We'll get in there and be taken to a different facility. I mean, how many people do you think you're going to see from any sort of immigration type operations by ICE?
It's hard to say. We have today, the inmate population changes every day, but as of today, we have about 6,600 inmates, and we have a little over 9,000 beds. So,
you've got room.
We've got 2,400.
So we'll see if ICE asks the sheriff for his help. The piece you just saw was only part of our tour. If you've ever wondered what happens during the booking process, and I got to tell you, it's almost like the DMV in there. It's very interesting. Go to our 12 Plus app. You'll find a 9-minute feature there under the Troy Hayden Reports tab. It's just part of the original content we're producing every single day specifically for that 12 Plus app. So if you don't have it, you should get it. Developing tonight, a man is killed in a shooting near 13th Street and Bethany Home Road. Police say it happened about 10 this morning. The man was pronounced dead there at that scene, and a woman at the home was detained as police are continuing their investigation. A father of 2 young girls is killed in a triple stabbing, and the other 2 victims are expected to recover. Police say it looks like the results of a family fight. 12 News journalist Gabriela Becerra spoke with the family, has the latest now from South Phoenix.
This is very hard for us.
A South Phoenix family is grieving after losing a loving son, father, brother, cousin, and uncle.
He's just so sweet and nice. Like he can want to call away, he will be there.
29-year-old Jake Carbonell was stabbed to death in front of his home near 75th Avenue and Broadway Saturday night while celebrating his niece's 3rd birthday.
Telling him to don't go outside was my last memory. That was my last memory, was trying to have him stay inside.
Family tells me their cousin's boyfriend, identified by police as 29-year-old Hunter Strawbridge, was allegedly treating her disrespectfully, so they asked him to leave the party.
The guys just went crazy.
As he was leaving the home, Strawbridge allegedly stabbed Carbonell, Carbonell's brother, and their cousin before running away.
My cousin didn't even defend himself. He just ran out, and out of nowhere, he just stabbed him. And I was trying to put pressure on his neck to stop the bleeding.
Carbonell died at the hospital. The others are expected to be okay. Police later found Strawbridge in the neighborhood and arrested him.
Very respectful, and he doesn't want anything happening to any of the family members.
Carbonell's cousins tell me he would do anything to protect them.
There's no words to explain.
He leaves behind 2 little girls and an entire family who says they'll always remember him for his kind and caring spirit.
I will miss him surely. Jake, I will miss you, Ading.
In Phoenix, Gabriela Becerra, 12 News.